Louis Culliford and his family have owned their 80-acre produce farm for decades. They grow all sorts of fresh fruits and vegetables, strawberries, potatoes, tomatoes, onions, and a few years ago, the Cullifords got into the seagrass business. For the last 15 years, they've grown 3 species of seagrass on their farm in Pungo in Virginia Beach.
It kind of supplements our income in the wintertime along with sweet potatoes and greens.
The seagrass is grown much like any other crop in rows. Typically, they can harvest 2 crops of seagrass in 1 year. The Cullifords crops are used primarily as beach erosion prevention throughout the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Erosion is not just plaguing the Outer Banks. Beaches are constantly moving, building up here and eroding there. In response to waves, winds, storms, and relative sea level rise. For years, those living on the 100 miles of land strip known as the Outer Banks battled loss of shoreline. But by simply planting seagrass, a natural element to the sand dunes, erosion can be slowed dramatically.
Without any kind of vegetation, of course, the sand blows when the velocity of the wind gets about 15 miles per hour. So we use the grass and other kinds of vegetation in order to minimize the blowing of sand, and actually it catches sand and keeps building up.
Cullifords plants are sold to nurseries, contractors building homes on the coastlines, and state departments of transportation. From there, they are planted in 18-inch spaces along the dunes.
We try to plant 3 or 4 different species in order to get biological diversity. We also plant on a contour so avoid the straight row effect. So what we're trying to do is replicate nature.
While growing seagrass is a limited agricultural industry, there is still a need for these producers as more and more coastlines are being developed.
We're playing a stewardship role, but one thing I have to tell you, whenever I get an opportunity, my son and I get an opportunity to meet a lot of landowners that come from different backgrounds, different experiences. And I always tell them that I'm a farmer first, and we're just doing it. This is just one of our crops to diversify our farming operation.
Reporting in Virginia Beach, I'm Sherri McKinney.